to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us this evening for the stream, and I appreciate everybody who's came in and hold on, I'm just kind of looking at some things here on my screen. They're kind of showing what the results are, or at least how many people are actually voting on early voting so far. So I was glancing at some of that. Today was early voting, the first start of early voting here in Texas. And as promised, I went and early voted today. And I don't know if that brother or sister that was in the line that I was talking to, shout out to them. They actually watched the show. They gave me this little thing here to press. It says here, what did it say? It's another I voted thing. And then, of course, they gave that sticker, that famous sticker we always talk about, right? I voted today. So, yeah. So what I ended up doing is I was going through, I had a sheet. It's actually downstairs, and I saw every candidate, every race. And remember, I said we are policy voters here. We're not party voters. So it took me about a good hour or so to go through and look at every candidate. It didn't matter what party it was every candidate, Democrat and Republican. I went through. So here we had, of course, the presidential, we had U.S. Senate, U.S. House. Then they had a bunch of judge positions, that I looked at very closely. Of course, some sheriff, county commissioner, tax collector, assessor, Railroad Commission. They had all of that, right? So I went through the whole thing. And it was about, a good amount of people on the ballot, actually. How many of y'all have voted already? I'm curious if any of you have voted already. Now, the sister that was ahead of me, that she was talking to, actually watched the show. I mean, she alluded to that she was, go vote for Vice President Harris. And I said, hey, it is your American right. If you feel like she's a candidate for you for whatever the reason, then hey, she's your candidate. It's no problem to me. Because I was talking about that. I'm like, look, I'm not dividing with black people over no election. That's stupid. Whoever wins this election, life goes on. If she win, life goes on. If Trump win, life goes on. I voted who I want to vote for. All right, life goes on, right? It is what it is. I think it's stupid that this person is stupid with this election that people are debating so much over a presidential election. Trump or Kamala don't care about none of us like that. So why are you acting like they care about us and what we talking about? Election's supposed to be about what you get out the deal. That's like what you get out of it. Do you get, like what you need to function in the government? They can assist you doing some things with your, the economy, inflation, your business, like whatever the case may be. That's all it's supposed to be about. It's a business transaction. And if you feel no candidate can give you that, then you got a great couch to sit on, right? And that's just that. So yeah. If any of y'all who are Democrats in here is going to vote for Harris, I don't care about that. I'm not tripping about that. I'm like, why would I? That's stupid. You say you voted last Thursday. There in Charlotte. Okay. All right. Yeah. You say Veronica said you've been going through a lot. I'm not worried about that. Now, look, I told you I'm a policy voter. So I voted for 19 Republicans and I voted for 12 Democrats in this election. A lot of Democrats I did vote for were local. They were people, I looked into their records. It was some brothers and sisters that I voted for. Their records were pretty good. We talking about a lot of them were judges. So I voted for them. They even had two Africans. One African was a Democrat, or another African was a Republican. I looked at their records and things like that, right? So that's what I did. I'm a policy voter. I told y'all I can vote Republican one time, I can vote Democrat, but I did not vote straight ticket anything. I went through all the different things. Now, what I know about Democrats or Republicans locally versus nationally, like U.S. House, U.S. Senate, President, two totally different things, right? Now, I meant that. I was not voting for no Democrat at all at the top. It wasn't happening. It was not happening. But locally, yeah, I voted for some Democrats locally. Yeah, sure did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Because their records was good. Like, why would I vote against a Democrat that's a judge, right? And this particular judge is fair. Never heard nothing bad about this brother or sister. They're a Democrat, but I'm just going to vote against them just because. And then some of them is running against them. And man, a couple of them had that good old, listen, I know that good old boy look when I see it. And I read through their stuff just to make sure I'm not just looking at them for, wrong. But I'm like, yeah, this sister and brother got a better record anyway. And nah, ain't happening. Y'all know that good old boy look when you see it. I know it because I'm from here, right? And this one other guy, he was running he was a prosecutor, and I read his record. I said, oh no, it reminded me of Kamala talking about you a prosecutor. Oh no, so I said, yeah, just keep this judge in. So yeah, it was just kind of back and forth. You say you only voted for one Democrat in Chicago? Okay. Yeah. It's you don't vote based on party, you vote based on policy. So if the Democrat, like for instance, if you got a Democrat, let's say you're Democrat mayor in your city. Now we ain't talking about Brandon Johnson or Eric Adams. But let's say you have a Democrat mayor, and this Democrat mayor has been great for y'all. Like he or she has been great. Why vote them out if they've been great? Why vote them out? If they got good policies for the community, keep them, right? But if they don't do good, like Brandon Johnson, then if there's a Republican running against them, then say, okay, Brandon Johnson, brother, you got to go. You are not doing right. And you following the kind of like the steps of that national party, which is unchecked immigration. Look, anybody that's moving with that national party, like for instance, they had this one sister on the ballot, Democrat, Congress. And I think I never heard of her before, but I read up on her. I said, okay, let me see what she got going on. But then when I start looking at through her policies and I start seeing, I say, here we go, immigration, abortion, all that far left wing stuff. I say, oh no, not you. I refuse to vote for anybody pushing that far left wing mess. I ain't doing it. Just like if you're pushing far right, I won't vote for you either. I just won't do it. Far left and far right will not get my vote, period. Period. Damon, you said you voted for one Democrat in Georgia. Damon, was that Democrat a local Democrat, like in your city? Was he local? Because, like I said, I meant that on that House, U.S. House, U.S. Senate, and the top of the ticket, president, no Democrats for me. It just wasn't happening. Okay, you say you live in Columbia. It ain't no blues to vote for here locally. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I got you. So, yeah. So when people run around here say, oh, he's just a Republican. Well, how did I vote for some Democrats today then if I'm a Republican? Republicans don't do that. Republicans only vote for Republicans. See? So that's why policy voters are better because, so like my cousin told me today, say, oh, you're a purple voter. I say, okay, that's what it is, then purple. Because I don't vote red, I don't vote blue, I vote purple. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you have not early voted, please go out and early vote today. Read all the issues, read the candidates, read everything. Take your time, just read it, right? Reading is fundamental. And then I like say, bring you a sheet of paper in there. Like maybe they sent you the form to your house, like they did me. Like Saturday, I opened my door. They had a nice little a Ziploc bag with the paper with the candidates all on there, like who's running, Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Libertarian. And what I did, I went on there and I went on my computer, typed in on Google or whatever the candidate, and I went to their website. I went to everybody's website, and I said, oh, this one I'm voting for. And so when I went in there this morning, I already knew who I was voting for. So when I got signed in, gave my ID. Yes, black people have ID, Democrats. I went and gave my ID. Everybody had ID. And got my paperwork, went and installed it in the machine, got my little thing right here that I got from over there. And then just went on my paper and just like, oh, this. It was quick. It took me like less than 5 minutes. Knocked it out. And when I went out, I was voter 197. The poll opened at 7 a.m. Now, let me tell you about that. I was shocked to see how many people was at the poll. I was shocked because when I first went in, they had a little line, and I was shocked to see the line. Because normally early voting in Texas, you just walk in and walk right back out. It's no big deal. Well, when I went in, they had like a little line, and that's why I told you I seen that brother and sister that was ahead of me. And then as we were talking, we was having a good conversation and just waiting for our turn. I turned around, and there was like a gang of people behind. I say, look at this mess. For early voting? I just never seen that before. So, and I did see this in other states, but the first day, and the polls opened at 7 a.m. I think they closed at 7 p.m., right? And it's supposed to be like that at least here for 2 weeks. So I suggest to all of you, go early vote. Do not wait till November the 5th. Early vote. Now, what we're going to do, our plan is to go to some of the polling locations this weekend and see if we can interview some people and just kind of see, where they heads at on some things. So hopefully that works out very good. We'll do that this weekend, and we'll be able to hopefully, get some of that footage out to you next week, which we will get it out to you the following week, and maybe show this on the podcast and also here. So, all right. Yeah. Well, listen, what's the point of voting for a party? Listen, you can't leave the Democrats and then go join the Republicans. That's stupid. You right back to square one. No, you need to be in the middle. So that way both parties can try to fight for your vote, right? I mean, if you're going to just say party voter, I guess you may stay where you at and not get anything. But we got to be policy voters, not party. That way both parties can fight for our vote, right? And that's have you noticed that Democrats and Republicans have been fighting for our vote, and that has actually elevated our status versus when we were just hanging out with the Democrat Party, like, I got their vote, I'm not worried about them, and we wasn't getting anything. So this is beautiful that we have moved to the middle and say, no, you're going to fight for my vote, or like my cousins say, we're purple voters, right? All right. Good. You say you voting for the 3 top Republicans and locally the Democrat regime. Hey, yeah, you could do that too. But like I said, if the Democrats you have is doing what's right and they have good policies, then yeah, that's fine. But if they're not doing good, then you need to do something different. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. All right. So since we talked about voting a little while longer than what I wanted to, but yeah, just please go out and vote early. Go vote early. And that's all we want to promote, just early voting. I don't want y'all out there November the 5th. I don't want y'all to be burnt out with that, upset, dealing with crowds and, getting discouraged. No, just do it now. Do it this week. A lot of early voting places are even open on the weekend. Maybe you can't do it because you're working. Saturday, a lot of times is open. Sunday is open too. So you have plenty of time to go do some early voting. I suggest go when it opens early. Like, some of the people may be sleeping in. You go show up, say, hey, I'm gonna get up about 6:00. Drink me a little coffee, whatever. Head down there to early vote and be the first one in line. Knock that junk out and come on back home. That's the best way to do it. All right. So let's go ahead on and get. I was gonna do her, but no. You know what? Let's go ahead on and get him out the way for the week. And then we'll go on and get started by your boy Usher. So here we go.
I'm just telling you. I'm going to let you talk.
Who you talking to you gonna let? The voters let me. I got voted in. Who you talking to? You gonna let me? I got seconds left.
I want you to know.
Ain't she crazy? How many seconds? I'm counting your time. Miss Galloway, I'm gonna rule you out order. You keep talking so much.
Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes, you do.
Thank you very much.
What a fool.
We have got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Ms. Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You've got to stop doing that.
Ms. Fields, please be very careful in that area. Please.
All I said, there was mediation and there were people in rooms.
You told
That's
details of who in what room and how many.
But I am going to finish saying this.
Oh, go ahead.
That's fine. Do you?
It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business, and I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV. So you might want a dialogue.
I don't give a.
You don't give a what?
That's what he's trying to do.
So you dialogue?
There's no dialogue.
It is some dialogue. You gave me some dialogue.
Councilwoman Worthy, what is your point of order? No, I'm not.
You ain't?
I'm not.
You must.
This is a joke.
Stop this abuse.
I'm going to give you a point of order. Personal attacks is out of order. Now, you want to make a personal attack on me, I'm going to tell you something. I'm tired of Ms. Fields calling me racist. I'm tired of you calling me personal names as it relates to women. I'm tired of it. It's wrong. You're out of order. But you keep doing it. Because when I start blasting your butt, like I'm doing, everybody already know it's coming from y'all. But don't get beside yourself, Mr. Chairman. If he gonna holler tell me to shut up, you better give him his warning.
I gave you yours.
Give him his. If you gonna discriminate, you gonna let the white man running for mayor holler across and tell this black man to shut up.
I don't want to hear
that. So when he get loud, I'm gonna get louder. When they go low, I go lower.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the late great Eric Mays. He was a Democrat. Like, why would you not keep Eric Mays in office when he fighting for you like that, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I was looking at when you saw at the beginning on my phone, and they have some totals as of right now, like kind of what like this says so far, like 14.4 million mail-in and early in-person votes cast nationally, and then they filter it by party registration. So they say 46% of those so far are Democrats, 36% are registered Republicans, 18% other, and then they talked about the next section is mail-in and early in-person votes requested nationally. And it says 43.4 million, and it said 46% registered Democrats, 29% registered Republicans, 25% other. In this election, it's going to be the independents that's going to decide the election. Just to be honest with you, it really is. It's going to be interesting because people are so engaged with this election. So, speaking about this election, your vice president, I know y'all favorite vice president of the United States of America, Kamala Harris recently had a rally. And a lot of people are talking about this rally, or the guest in particular who was speaking at the rally, Mr. Usher Raymond. Mr. Usher Raymond, we want to play a clip from The View that happened back in September, I think September the 12th. We have not known Usher to be engaged in any kind of political anything. Usher normally just does his music and, you know, all the things that he normally, you know, with acting, whatever else he's choosing to do. But he doesn't really get out there stomping for anybody. But we thought it was interesting that he's out there with Kamala Harris in Atlanta all of a sudden when he's never did this. So let's play a clip real quick from hold on, okay. Did I put it there? No, I didn't. Hold on. I got y'all. I thought I put the clip there. Give me a second. Where is the clip? Oh, here we go. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta.
Against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat.
Boom. All right. Have to fix it. I thought I put it up on the screen. All right. That's old Joy Behar right there. And then, all right. So let's start this over. So your boy Usher was on The View. And I want you to check this out. What he said back in September when they were trying to press him about the election, right? All right, so here we go.
Against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be and find the candidate that you feel both who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of, who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes.
Each and every one. Okay.
So when he said that initially, I applauded that, right? I said, man, that's good. I like that answer because it's a mature answer. It's not leaning one side or another. Because it's like this. Usher has fans on both sides of the aisle. So why would you want to offend any of your fans, right? When you take a political position, if you don't do this for a living, then that's a business. So people that maybe like Donald Trump or whatever the case may be, go to his concerts. Well, you going to go one side, say Kamala, or whatever, then you go offend this side. If you go to Trump, whatever, then you go offend that side, right? That's just bottom line. Bottom line. Dartho, yeah, I get to that a little later, Dartho. I know exactly what you're talking about on that with talking about Diddy, right? Yeah, because something's real strange with why he popped up there all of a sudden. And so that was his position back in September. His homeboy get arrested. Then not long after Diddy gets arrested, all of a sudden his X account gets hacked. His X account, the artist Pink X account, all their accounts get hacked. All their stuff is wiped off, and all of a sudden it later comes back and you say, oh yeah, I was hacked, but hey, just go to my concert or whatever. Okay, well, man, that was strange. But why would somebody hack your X account, right? But all the stuff, anything relating to Diddy was gone. right? Now, what I think they did was hire a company to scrub their X account of anything related to Diddy, like keywords, Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever. Try to scrub them accounts of anything related to Diddy. Okay, because Diddy now he's toxic. Then the man that just said that, hey, make your own choice, whatever, your values are, that, okay, fine. Now he comes out with Vice President Kamala Harris in Atlanta. Now, I want you to just watch this. I want you to watch and listen to what he says. And let's get into this conversation here. So let's go.
One of us. It's just 17 days away from a very important election, as we all know. And we have the opportunity to choose a new generation of leadership for our country. We all know what it means to be supportive, but ladies and gentlemen, we are here to support the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen. I'm supporting Vice President Harris because she fights for everyone's rights, for freedom. And it doesn't matter where you're from. She has a vision for our country that includes everyone. A vision that supports small businesses, invests in our health, in our communities, and gives everyone a chance to get ahead. But we got work to do, Atlanta. ATL, we got work to do to get this campaign across the finish line. I'm counting on you. We can make a difference in this election, Georgia, but we gotta be committed to do it. Are you ready? We've lived through some very unfortunate realities of our past. However, we must learn from those moments and understand that the voice that we have makes the difference that we want to see. We have to strive to not allow our past to define our future. That's right. And then we need everyone to get out there and to support this campaign. It doesn't matter whether it's going from door to door. Every call matters. Every conversation matters. All of it makes a difference in closing this race. We have the power to change this moment in the present. How we vote, everything that we do within the next 17 days will affect the lives of our children, of our grandchildren, of the people whom we love the most. Let's vote for a future, ladies and gentlemen. The future that we want them to thrive in. I love you more, but I love Kamala Harris even more. I want her to be our next President of the United States. And we can do it, but we're gonna do it together for our country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me back up just a little bit.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, all right. Before we cue it right back up again, let me get back on screen. So I don't know if y'all paid attention to Usher's body language when he was reading. Now, we know Usher, how he performs. We know how he's conducted interviews. We know all kinds of things about Usher, right? Okay, cool. We've been seeing him ever since he was, young, very young. And the deal is with Usher here, let me see if I can get this in front of me here. Okay, so some of y'all hitting the nail on the head with that. And now, how do you go from, hey, man, look, whatever y'all want to vote for, whatever is your values, you got to make that decision, X, Y, Z, right? You've been known to never get involved with any kind of politics. Nobody's known you to do any of that, right? So why now? What made you do a 180 all of a sudden, Usher? Like I said, we just speculating here. That's it, speculating. We're not saying any fact to anything, just speculation. But what if Usher was talked to? What if the Democrats was like, look, Kamala, we losing. We got to get every entertainer that them black folks even halfway like to talk for you at this point, because you can't win it on your own. So they said, look, what if we get, I think Usher, they like Usher. Usher, he said on The View that he didn't want to get involved in politics. We can get Usher. Okay? Don't worry about it. He'll come to the rally. He'll speak a few minutes, everything. We already got his script already done, right? All he got to do is go up there and read it. That's it. Okay, well, shoot. Yeah. So, let's say Usher gets a phone call, right? Y'all think it's for money. I don't think it's for money. And it's, hey, Usher, hey, it'd be great if you can, read a speech at the Harris rally in Atlanta, where you're from. Like, nah. I mean, I support, hey, everybody's rights, but, I don't really get involved with politics like that. I'm a vote, but I just don't get involved in politics. Well, let me throw something else at you, Usher. Usher, your friend, Diddy, the ones, your friend, right? You one, you was at his house. Word on the street is, there's some tapes out there, Usher, that's in possession of the feds right now. And word on the street is you own these tapes. And, if any of these tapes come out, even if one of them come out, right? Usher, you're done. You're done. Your career's done. And you know it, Usher. So now we could try to make sure these tapes don't get out, because we got it. I'm not, what I'm saying? We got it. So if you could just do us a favor and just like go to the rally. We already got a speech prepared. You ain't got to come up with anything. All you got to do is read it. That's it. And then we good. We good. And that's that. You are doing your part to help, the Vice President Harris and the Democrats, get control of the White House. But if you don't do it, I can't guarantee your career is still going to be intact, if these tapes come out, because there's thousands of tapes that, the feds got. And, I heard you're on it. So if you don't want to be implicated in anything, can you read this thing? That's just my opinion, why he came and did that one. Now, let's go back. And let me tell you why I came to that opinion. This opinion, just my opinion. The reason why I came to that opinion is because the way he was reading that speech, right? Now, look, let's go back and watch him. Just watch his energy. Watch him. Don't pay attention to what he's saying. Just watch him. Let's play it again.
One of us. It's just 17 days away from a very important election, as we all know. And we have the opportunity to choose a new generation of leadership for our country. We all know what it means to be supportive, but ladies and gentlemen, we are here to...
Now, Usher's not moving much. He's sticking to that paper they gave him, right? You can clearly see that. He's just doing what he needs to do here. Trust me, Usher don't need money from them. Y'all need to understand that Usher can go sell out shows. He sell out shows all the time. So, no, I know good and well he didn't do this for money.
Support the next president of the United States. Kamala.
Javon is right. He looked like a hostage. That's the same thing I said, too. He's like, man, let me read this so I can get out of here. Yeah, like a hostage, Javon.
Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen. I'm supporting Vice President Harris because she fights for everyone's rights, for freedom. And it doesn't matter where you're from. She has a vision for our country that includes everyone. A vision that supports small businesses, invests in our health, in our communities, and gives everyone a chance to get ahead.
Now, Usher don't even engage in that kind of talk on interviews or anything. And Usher look like he just has to do that, right? He doesn't look happy doing it. He doesn't look enthused doing it. We've seen Usher, right? We know this. We know Usher, okay? And this is how low they will stoop to force this man. In my opinion, you're forcing this man to do this. This is how low they will stoop to hold on to power. I kind of feel bad for Usher in this situation, believe it or not, because he clearly really don't want to be there.
But we got work to do, Atlanta. ATL, we got work to do to get this campaign across the finish line. I'm counting on you. We can make a difference in this election, Georgia, but we got to be committed to do it. Are you ready?
I mean, so you see how he looked at the crowd, like, "Are you ready?" And he just like put his head back down. We know what Usher know how to hype up a crowd. We all know this. Like, come on, y'all. The man does not want to be there.
We've lived through some very unfortunate realities of our past. However, we must learn from those moments and understand that the voice that we have makes the difference that we want to see. We have to strive to not allow our past to define our future. That's right. And then we need everyone to get out there and to support this campaign. It doesn't matter whether it's going from door to door. Every call matters. Every conversation matters. All of it makes a difference in closing this race. We have the power to change this moment in the present. How we vote, I mean, everything that we do within the next 17 days will affect the lives of our children.
I mean, think about it. He's not even picking his head up. He's just sticking to what they wrote for him to say, right? He didn't even sell it like it maybe could have came from him.
Of our grandchildren, of the people whom we love the most. Let's vote for a future, ladies and gentlemen. The future that we want them to thrive in. I love you more, but I love Kamala Harris even more.
So y'all wrote that in his speech? Y'all say that he loved Kamala Harris even more? Like, really? Whoever wrote that? Jesus Lord.
I want her to be our next president of the United States. And we can do it, but we're gonna do it together.
Usher didn't listen. Trust me, Usher. Usher. I feel like he kind of like, one of them offers you can't refuse type of deal. Just my opinion. But let me tell you Democrats something. Whether you got something on black celebrities or not, some of them may genuinely want you to be in office, and some of them genuinely do. And then some of them you may have something on them, so you get them to come out. Listen, that's the wrong strategy. We're not listening to entertainers anymore. We're not listening to Usher say vote for you. We're not going to listen to Lizzo come out and try to talk for you. We're not listening to Oprah. We're not listening to whoever else, Kerry Washington. We're not listening to Taraji Henson. We're not listening to nobody. We like them in the field that they're good at, acting, singing. We love them in those positions. That's what some of them went to school for, or some of them are very just gifted naturally. They didn't have to go to school. But we're not going to listen to them on political issues, because we know if they're doing something, they're either being paid to do it or whatever way they're doing it, right? We know this. It's another job for them, especially your actors and actresses, whatever. And remember, Democrats, you had Puffy running around talking about vote or die. I mean, y'all was leaning on Puffy heavy many, many times, okay? So we know this is something y'all do. So we're not listening to them. So y'all probably, and let me tell you something, if we're not listening to the Democrat shields, the Democrat shields at least know some of the talking points, right? The Democrat shields would be better suited to do this than Usher at this point, right? You would have done better bringing up Joy Reid up there to say that. At least with Joy Reid, she'll make it sound believable. You know what I'm saying? You could have brought up Boulay Martin or something. to your rally. At least Boulay Martin, he's passionate about Harris. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You know, I'm giving y'all free advice. Do that. Do that much. Bring all the, listen, make the Shields happy. They crash out for y'all. They cuss people out. I mean, they're very passionate about y'all. And y'all still trying to get celebrities that we're not listening to. Listen, it's a new day, Democrats. It's a new day. At one point in time, celebrities used to have a voice like that. Now, they don't. KJM, you say you voted on Saturday for Trump? Okay. And you say you can tell that he's not speaking with his own voice. Yeah, we all see that with Usher. That's why, and now he's getting a lot of backlash. Regardless, he's getting backlash because now he's put his weight on Harris, and his supporters who may vote for Trump or whatever they voting for, right? Now that could possibly mess with his ticket sales. And this is why I tell people, if you don't do politics for a living, stay away from it. Don't let nobody force you into getting involved in politics. Leave that mess alone. It's messy. Look how people are acting right now. People are not speaking to family members now behind this election. Why in the world would you even want to risk your career for that? You got people they've taken this election so far that they literally tried to take the life of President Trump. You know, definitely one for sure. They tried to have a second attempt on him, right? Then they said they stopped another guy. Like, this is crazy. And even after all of that, the Democrats are still using that rhetoric saying he's dangerous. He cannot step foot in the White House. I think that one to me is the worst one they keep saying, because I'm like, what do you keep implying? Only thing you need to say is, hey, we need to win the election. Let's win. Let's do this. Let's do that. You don't have to keep using that kind of rhetoric. And all you do is ratchet the rhetoric up on the other side too. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's listening to celebrities no more, Democrats. So we're not excited. We're like, oh my God, Usher's here. Oh, I'm going to go vote now because Usher told me to. Them days are done. Them days are done. And you say the crowd wasn't enthusiastic. Of course the crowd's not enthusiastic because the crowd, number one, Usher, listen, we know Usher. That is not Usher's energy. Everybody know how Usher is when he performs. That's what they used to. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, Usher? Like, why? Why? It just, like I said, it made me think they told him, we got you on tape. So you need to go ahead on and get out here and say you love, look, think about it. He loved Kamala Harris. Really? Y'all really put that in the speech for that man? On top of that, he was in the back with her doing pictures and video for TikTok, and even that he didn't look like he wanted to be there. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Maybe on my page here. Let me see if I can find that. Just give me a second. I want y'all to see what I saw. Right? Okay, give me a second. I'm putting Usher. Okay, there we go. I think it's right here. Let me see. And they end up putting it on his page. So let me download this real quick, y'all. Just give me a second so y'all can see this. They did a whole TikTok on his page when the man didn't even look like he wanted to be there. So let me get this down here. Post this. All right. Let me get this TikTok for y'all so I can download and show y'all exactly what I was looking at. All right. Boom. You know, we do things on the fly over here, right? Let me download this TikTok. Download. All right, come on, y'all. Hurry up and download this thing. All right, cool. All right, so Usher, let me see here. Do I have any screens available? I don't have no screens available. That's okay. We'll just put it up on this screen. All right, so this your boy Usher real quick. Check this out.
Do you know them? No, but in the club, we all fam. What? In the club, we all fam. In the club, we are all family.
That's the video that was posted. I'll start it over again in case some people didn't catch it all the way. Didn't it have a...
Do you know them? No. But in DeClerc, we all fam. What? In DeClerc,
Okay, so
we all fam.
that was the video. So I mean, and it was posted to his page and all of that. So I'm like, I say, okay. So they made him do a video for TikTok. He had to do a TikTok video, and he had to go read a script. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Harris is down that bad. She's down that bad that you literally forced getting celebrities out here to try to post stuff on their page for you. Now you may say, hold on. You say Usher loves men being allowed in women's restrooms, lockers. See, yeah, he say Usher don't even talk like that. It felt all forced. Yes. But what I'm saying is that's how desperate the Democrats are, because trust me, if they had some wins, Trump and her wouldn't be neck and neck on anything. Be honest with you, she should have got 100% of the black vote. She could have got 100% of the black vote. But the reason why she's not getting 100% of the black vote is because she's never been for black people. She flip-flop on identity every 5 minutes. 1 minute she's an East Indian, the next minute she's talking about she black like me. Then her other fellow traveler, Barack Hussein Obama, that has the same almost background to a point, you know, he come wagging his finger, and people still haven't forgot about Obama. Like, people are really pissed off with him about how dare he go wag his finger about it, claiming that, oh, you just don't want a woman? Like, basically calling, you know, all black men misogynist. And somebody should have told him, like I said before, should have asked him what a woman is, so we can hear his explanation of what a woman is, so we can make sure that's what the case is, because the Democrat Party can't define a woman. So Barack Obama, once again, how dare you say that you can't define what a woman is? I mean, tell me what a woman is, and we'll figure that one out. Then on top of that, Kamala sends him out here, because she did, thinking that you're going to get them black men told. No, because a lot of black men aren't voting for her. A lot. And a lot of white men, too. See, Barack Obama should have went and talked to white men, because he is half white. Why didn't he go talk to white men? You know, because you had got more problem with your white brethren, Obama, than the black one, right? Yeah, his mama's white. So he should have went talk to white men like that too, and tell white men they just don't want to go vote for a woman, right? Because white men is his brothers. Yeah, I heard they booed Obama this weekend. What, y'all know where that footage at? 'Cause I was trying to find it. Maybe I need to look on TikTok or whatever. But like he needs to go talk to his white brothers. That's part of his family. I ain't seen him go wag his finger at them white folk. He half white, so go talk to them too. That's his brothers. Well, you say Philip Chandler said they would have whipped his butt. I don't know what they would have did. I don't know. I'm just saying to go talk to them, because statistically, white men don't vote for Democrats like that. They vote more so Republican, right? Go talk to white women. I mean, that's his family as well, white women. Go talk to them why they're not voting for Harris. Now, if those same white women didn't vote for Hillary Clinton, a white woman, why do you think they're going to vote for Harris? Like, that's some things y'all really don't think about, right, Democrats? If Hillary Clinton could not get the white vote like that, and she was a white woman, you would have thought that white women would have came out and voted for Hillary, right? Hillary believed in the abortions, and Hillary believed in immigration, LGBT. Hillary believed in all that. And yet Hillary Clinton, who actually have way more experience by leaps and bounds than Harris, right? She's been a first lady. She's been a secretary of state. She's been a senator. You know, she's been around a long time, Hillary Clinton. So if anybody between Harris and her that would be quote unquote qualified to be in that position, probably be Hillary Clinton over her, right? We just talking about qualifications. And yet white women didn't go vote for her. But where's Obama going to wag his finger at white women? Yeah. Well, if y'all can send it to me, because I haven't seen the video. Maybe I can pull it up on TikTok real quick, and maybe we can get it. I don't know, but let's see. Maybe y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up on TikTok. I'm trying to find it, but I can't. I don't know where it's at. I don't see it on TikTok. So where y'all seen this at? Y'all say he was booed, but I don't see it. I don't see it. So yeah, if y'all got it, send it to me or tell me where it's at, and we'll probably cover that tomorrow. You say Biden should have chose Val Demings. Hey, yeah, he could have chose her. At least Val Demings, she's not a woman that we would say that's not a black woman. I mean, he had a choice to choose between Val Demings, Keisha Lance Bottoms. I think, was it Susan Rice? I think Susan Rice was on the list. And it was one more than Kamala, but he chose Kamala. I guarantee you Val Demings wouldn't have stabbed him in the back like that, but that's who they wanted. You say even if they quote unquote took it down, it's somewhere because the internet's forever. You say, hold on, I'm laughing at this one. You say Obama being a little sassy too. You say that mad black men got a brain now. Oh, Obama been sassy. Obama been talking crazy to black people. We just now not putting up with it. See, before we were just kind of, okay, all right. But now black people like, how dare you? Who you think you are? You coming from Martha's Vineyard, come and talk to us? Who you think you're talking to, bruh? Like it's not like he went back to Chicago and lived among, at least I'm not saying he gonna go live on the south side of Chicago or something, but dog, you could at least went live downtown somewhere or some nice area in Chicago. At least where the black people at, right? At least they in the city with you. You went to Martha's Vineyard. The most lily white place in America you can go to is Martha's Vineyard. So we ain't trying to hear you, Obama. We are not trying to hear Obama. Obama should have went back to Chicago, bought him a nice place in Chicago, and make a difference in Chicago, right? But he wants to put his presidential library in Chicago. But is it going to be on the south side? Those of you who's Chicago, where they supposed to be at? Is his library supposed to be on the south side of Chicago or the west side? I'm just trying to see if y'all know. Yeah, Obama gonna try to talk to black folks, but he in Martha's Vineyard. Man, please. Well, I don't care if I had the money to be in Martha's Vineyard. I don't want to be over. Listen, let me tell you something. Black people, black Americans in particular, we don't want to be in no places there's no black people. We really don't. We cool being in, like, maybe it's of a diverse place, but we don't want to be like the only black person in the sea of mayonnaise. We don't want to do that. Number one, the rule is this. You're going to deal with more anti-black racism when you're in situations like that. Because when you don't have no numbers behind you, they get bold. That's number one. Number two, you don't want that bland food they're going to cook. Have you been to any area where black people really not at? Let me tell y'all a quick story. So, you said the south side, near 63 to Stony Island? Okay, the south side. Okay. So my daughter was she had got a track scholarship in Wheeling, West Virginia. And now coming from here, you coming from Houston. Houston's a 24-hour city, basically, right? There's always something to do here in Houston. So to go to Wheeling, West Virginia. She had got a full scholarship to go over there, to run track. So we went over there, and I'm like, man, what is this? It's a lot of them folks. The folks are everywhere, but all the school, a lot of the track and football, a lot of black kids, right? That they recruited to go to this school, Wheeling University in Wheeling, West Virginia. And Wheeling is about 1 hour from Pittsburgh. So, you know, you want to go just, you know, do something, really, you need to leave over there and just go to Pittsburgh and do something, right? As a matter of fact, they didn't even have an airport. You had to fly into Pittsburgh and drive to Wheeling. So we went to some places, you know, over there to eat or whatever. And I mean, the food was just no. Stuff would close early around there, 8, 9 o'clock. And then my daughter like, why am I here? Why did I choose to be? I said, well, look, it's a scholarship. That's one they gave you. She said, I don't know if I'm gonna last here. I don't even know. I can't with these people here. I can't. And I was trying to talk to her. I said, look, this, you know, you got friends, all the black kids. They was all hanging together, whatever, right? But with long story short, she couldn't hang with it. She just couldn't. She said it was just, we don't away from home for one. And then it wasn't even, you know, like maybe she said if it was like Pittsburgh, probably a little better because black folks are in Pittsburgh. You know, you got black folks over there. But it's just, yeah, I mean, in a way I get it because it was like, man, how y'all live like this? It's just, so with that being said, like, how do you go move to Martha's Vineyard with them folks at? I can't do it. I couldn't do it. You know, you got nice places in major cities in the U.S. where black folks at. A lot of nice places you can stay. I mean, if you're from mega rich, think about it. What you got, Houston and surrounding areas. You got Dallas surrounding areas too, right? Black folks. You got Atlanta. A lot of rich people in Atlanta. You got a lot of, you know, successful black people in Charlotte, Washington, D.C., New York City. You know, man, New York got so many people, man. It's like when I go to New York, I talk to so many people. That's one thing I say about New York, boy. You get into a lot of conversation, a lot of immigrants in New York. But, you know, my experience with the immigrants in New York has been cool. A lot of them, you know, watch the show. So I appreciate it. You know, when I talk to the immigrants, I learn a whole lot from them. But, yeah, it to me is just, I'm sorry, there's no excuse to go in any area like that. Then, from my experience, I'm sorry, my research, when the black population is like 1 to 2%, you have a higher probability of anti-black attacks. If you could stay in an area where it's 10% or more of a black population, it's a lot better off for you. Because at least if something happened to you, you have some backup. You don't have no backup when the population is only 1, 2% black. So that's why I always tell people, what's the demographics of where you're staying? Research that junk, because that matters to a black person. So Obama ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why he can live over there with them folks. He ain't got them problems. And he got Secret Service, so nobody gonna mess with him on a good day. Trust me. He's highly protected. But the rest of us, we don't get Secret Service detail. He do. You say Hyde Park is an integrated neighborhood in Chicago where he was planted? Okay. He still could have went back to Chicago and you know what I'm saying? He should, I mean, like I said, Chicago, man, I really like Chicago, man. Chicago, them brothers and sisters in Chicago is man, they was real cool. They were real cool. Like I said, I say New York, Chicago, you know, Atlanta got great black people, Washington, D.C., everywhere I go, man, them cities like that, man, black people are cool, man. I don't know, man. It's just Dallas. You know, when I met Houston, man, we just about the same everywhere, man. So shout out to the community. Even all the immigrants I met in New York, or just FBA New Yorkers. Man, it's just great people. So many places that the Obamas could have stayed in this country, but you could go to Martha's Vineyard. Okay. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all from a Black Butterfly. Say if you from Chicago, okay, yeah. Shout out Chicago. I got to go back. I told my little girl, I said you need to go to Chicago. I said I need to take you to Chicago. My 10-year-old, right? She wants to go to Chicago, right? She's like, I want to see how cold it get out there. I said, ooh, ooh, I don't know about going in the cold months. I said, because now Brother Sharif, a camera videographer, he's from Detroit. And so he was like, oh no, I don't go to Chicago or Detroit. In them, he said, because he said in Detroit, and those you brothers and sisters from Detroit, he said that right after Thanksgiving, he said it's like a clockwork with the weather. He said in Detroit. So I say, yeah, then sometimes say your flight get canceled, trying to go to Detroit and all that stuff, Chicago with the snow and, you know. But my little girl wants to go to Chicago, so I gotta figure that one out. Gotta definitely figure that one out. You say Chicago say they're flipping red. We'll see. We'll see in the election. When is when's Brandon Johnson coming up for I guess re-election? Because y'all got to get rid of him. He's a problem. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Make sure to click the like button. It's very, very important. Download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Once you get there and have the app on there, hit create account, and you can get a monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription to our app, and that helps us support the show. We get 100% of those proceeds that come to the show, and we can, bring, hire people in to do things that we need, because your support has helped us bring in some more people that can assist us in some much needed things that we need behind the scenes. So thank you for that support. And we try to get to 10,000 members. 10,000 members, we didn't hit the goal, right? So we're still trucking along. So thank y'all for coming, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.